How are you? And welcome back to another episode of Citizen Outbreak. What are we on episode 33, 34?
This is I think this is 34.
34. Matthew, did you get a chance to watch any of the NFL playoffs? We're going into the big game. We can't say the big game, the other thing, because we might get sued.
What do you mean?
That? You can't use that term. Well, I mean, if you're making money on it, but I don't know.
Really?
I'm not taking the chance of us getting sued, even though they probably
really
won't hear this. But yeah, you're not. That's why when you see parties at that event, it's called the big game. Or when you see commercials that aren't official, it says, "Are you ready for the big game? Order for the big game. Buy a TV
that term.
For the big game."
So they own that term.
They own that term, and
the
you
NFL
use that term for the.
Did Trump ever get control over you're fired? Remember he tried getting you're fired? And Paris Hilton tried getting that's hot? I think she got that's hot.
I think she got that's hot, and I think he got
I don't think he got you're fired.
No, because he's Trump, they always try to fuck with him.
What's his name got the Rumble thing? Michael Buffer.
Of course, I think he charges $1 million.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
But the big game we can't say.
The big game is not.
What about in Spanish?
My Spanish is horrible. Anyway.
Okay.
So you got.
It's a great hat, Cherry Motors.
The participants in the big game are the New England Patriots, which is crazy that they're back in the Super Bowl so fast. No Tom Brady, no Bill Belichick.
Well, they got rid of Bill Belichick. That was the first thing they had to do.
And they're back in the Super Bowl. And then you have Sam Darnold, who
ex-Jet,
and he's in the Seattle Seahawks, and they're back in it.
That's the best the Jets fan base has right now. If you think about it, like Sam Darnold is actually going to be there, and they're hoping that he beats the Patriots. That's what this is like. The most consequential game that the Jets fans have had in a long time.
And it just proves, because you have so many good quarterbacks that came out of the Jets and other players, and they just couldn't do it with the Jets.
It's funny. I got one friend. It's a being a Jet fan is a very unique thing. Like to sports, to anything, it's a really tortured subsect of people.
It's torturous. I have a neighbor over here, and his whole basement is New York Jets. His license plate is New York Jets, and he goes to all the games. And I have a few friends like that.
I don't think there's a sports franchise that comes close to it.
Or it's torturous.
Like the Red Sox.
We're Giants fans.
Yeah, well,
And we had a couple championships, so we could relax.
It's different. Like, look, even the Red Sox, and they were since like 1918 or whatever, 70. They were always kind of fighting. They were doing things. They were close. They were playing in, the Jets have just had, like, it's to me, the Red Sox and their drought doesn't compare to the Jets. Because the Jets, the way that they constantly get their face rubbed through, like Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles in the game, like the first game. I mean, there's countless. The butt fumble. Right. I mean, there's just... It's a weird, tortured, and you never really see, like, Jets fans are usually Mets fans, and that's also, to me, that's like a funny group. But like, I'm a Giants and Yankees guy, but Jets fans, you got to respect them. I feel, I do, and I feel for them. So I mean, my guy was like, this is actually, because he was like Sam Darnold. He's like this guy could stop the Patriots is probably one of the most consequential things Jets fans can claw for right now is like that Sam Darnold is there.
So who do you like? The spread is
2.5 or something. Right?
No, yesterday it was Seattle -3.5. Now it's up to -4.5.
Look, I think Seattle's a better team. I don't think
Seattle's a better team too.
I think that second game
on the spread, do they win by a touchdown? Or 2 field goals.
I think they're. Yeah, look. I think I take that. I think they're better than Patriots. Didn't show me a lot yesterday.
Well, I mean, it was snowing. The conditions were terrible. They should have destroyed that game.
Yeah, well,
so much better team than Denver, and Denver had that backup quarterback, which was not so bad. But that's those snow conditions. I couldn't even see it on.
That's right.
On
it's
TV.
Fun. I love football and conditions. I think the second game, both teams it was a better it was a better played game. You're right, the snow, but I take that. I think the Seahawks are going to beat them.
So you're going Seattle Seahawks
Yeah.
over the Patriots.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going with the 2, Matthew. What about heads or tails?
Oh, I love all this stuff. This year, I'm going
heads. Me too. Heads. Very good. Very good. All right.
I was with 2 friends last year. They got 2 out of the 4 boxes.
I did some boxes with a couple of my friends.
They killed it. They got the halftime box and the fourth quarter box.
We bought some big boxes. I don't know where or who or what. I just contributed and that's it. Speaking of Super Bowl.
Wait, the big game.
Sorry, I got to edit that out. Speaking of Super Bowl.
You know what? Where it's in San Francisco, by the way.
It's right outside of San Francisco.
Yeah. You know what I thought? So I'll just tell this real quick because I had a girlfriend once, and she was really smart girl. Like she was a moneymaker. Like she was great, but she did this before. I think she did it one year when she was with. She used to, when they would announce wherever the big game was going to be, she would buy up like motel nights in like Best Westerns all around the stadium, and then come like, you know, as the game would approach, she'd sell the reservations. Smart, right?
Very smart.
She always made a good bag on it.
Very smart.
Yeah,
that's smart. Yeah, great. Speaking of Super Bowl,
I just thought of it.
Speaking of Super Bowl
or the big game.
Or the big game. Sorry, I gotta edit that out because it's ridiculous. I don't know.
I'm on the hook here with you.
But we're journalists, so we're allowed to say Super Bowl.
We're journalists.
We're journalists.
We're citizen journalists.
We're not selling anything. We're Citizen Outbreak, the journalists.
That's right.
We're allowed to say Super Bowl. Come get us. We're playing stupid that we didn't know. And then I gave a whole talk about how we knew earlier. Anyway, speaking of the big game, President Donald Trump will not be attending this year's Super Bowl.
Right.
What do you think about that?
You know, I think so. They have. We spoke about this a ways back, but they have Bad Bunny going, and they added Green Day. Now Green Day hates Trump, right? And Bad Bunny, you know, with everything that's going on with ICE, it's interesting to me because it looks like they're making a real strategic bet. I mean, Bad Bunny is massive, right? Internationally, the NFL wants to grow internationally. I think this is them taking a pretty large section of their fan base for granted as a business decision. You know, personally, I think, you know, look, man, I liked when the halftime show, I liked when everything was less political, right? You know, it's like these young kids today, when it's like they don't have, it's like Minnesota looks like a bad time. Like I wouldn't rush to go. And that's the last remaining constituency of the Democratic Party are people that are willing to do suicide by cop, you know, like, and it's like, it just looks really bad. So they're betting on, I guess, international appeal of Bad Bunny and that people that, you know, might be offended by whatever he and Green Day have planned at halftime, that, you know, they're not going to go away and that it'll help them.
Let me ask you, okay, let me tell you first my thoughts,
and
then
let's hear them.
And then I got a question for you. Okay. My thoughts are, this is the big game. There's a lot of people there. As it is, it's a big security risk. And given where it is, I think it's even bigger security risk. It's in California. Okay. I don't think that the president needs to be at this game, even though he likes to go to these events. He goes to UFC. We've seen him go to, where else? He's been somewhere recently.
He goes to like, well, he went to U.S. Open final.
National
he went
Championship, Miami, Indiana. So he likes going to these big games, especially when it's a final. And he loves football. That's like his favorite, besides golf. But I don't think this is a good idea for him to be at the big game necessarily right now, especially with everything that's going on. Now, of course, security is going to be on high risk, but we don't need him to go to this big game, okay?
Yeah.
Here's my question to you.
Okay.
If you were to bet, do you think that Green Day or Bad Bunny will mention something about ICE?
Yeah.
You would bet.
No, but I think Bad Bunny's also doing something for LGBTQ.
Plus,
You know what? Yeah.
yeah. But I'm talking about ICE.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's like, I think, everybody, look, I think I think it's too hot to resist.
So if we find the bet for,
I think there'll be commercials
saying ICE, then you take the bet.
No, I think they're more apt to just say like "fuck Trump" or something like that.
Okay, that was my second one. My second one was, do you think that they'll say Trump's name or say this administration?
I think they'll wear T-shirts or something, I think, or they'll step on a picture of him, or they'll, they'll try to do as much as they can do in whatever, however they can,
And you think Roger Goodell and the other NFL owners are okay with this?
I think this was I think Bad Bunny is huge, right? And announcing him as the headliner when they did was that's a big business decision. And I think putting in Green Day is also, I don't think that Goodell doesn't. This isn't like Goodell's like, wait, who's Green Day again? I mean, this is them. I think this is them saying, look, we got, everybody that would find either of these people and either their message is objectionable, we have them locked in. Matthew and Rudy aren't going to stop watching football. They're not going to stop watching the game because this guy, we make this thing appealing outside of our tent. And they're trying to grow outside. They were trying to add another game. Look, they're doing more and more international stuff. That's where they want to focus. Okay, and I think
internationally they're not going to get a lot of views. This game is being played at 6, 7 o'clock at night. That's
Bad Bunny.
1, 2. Okay, maybe in South America they're going to get a little bit of pickup. Maybe
Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's huge.
You know who I blame for all of this? Justin Timberlake. Ever since Nipplegate. Yeah, it's been downhill.
I'm trying to. As soon as you said it, I was trying to think about. But that was like still. That was no. I was trying to think of. No, of course, but I was trying to think about who came next. I thought last year was terrible. What was it? That was.
Let's look it up. I think we looked this up. I think last year we looked it up.
Well, last year was the guy that has beef with Drake.
Yeah. Hold on. Performers last 20. Kendrick Lamar.
I thought he, nothing against him. I just thought it was really.
Last year, Kendrick Lamar. The year before that was Usher. Usher did a pretty good job. Rihanna was okay. 2022, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Right. That's when they were all doing the Crip Walk.
Yeah, 2021, The Weeknd. 2020, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. 2019, Maroon 5. 2018, Justin Timberlake. Now this is after he was allowed to do it again. 2017, Lady Gaga. 2016, Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. That was actually pretty good.
I didn't like that one, but that was a big spectacle. But it was a big spectacle. That was a good show, right? Like it just. I happen to not like Beyonce. I don't think Beyonce makes good music, but
Bruno Mars I like. Coldplay I like. 2015, Katy Perry. That was terrible.
I forget hers, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, terrible. 2014, Bruno Mars. 2013,
he was
Beyonce.
Huge.
2012, Madonna. I don't remember this one.
I don't remember.
2011, the Black Eyed Peas.
Remember how big they were? Wow.
2010, The Who. You could kind of tell where Jay-Z took over around here. 2009, Bruce Springsteen. 2008, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 2007, Prince. Hold on. Who was before?
That's right. I remember Prince.
2007.
We're going back 20 years.
Yeah.
When was Janet and...
I'm trying to get to there.
Remember what a big deal that was?
That was huge.
Right. So...
2006, the Rolling Stones. 2005, Paul McCartney. 2005, Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, P. Diddy,
okay,
Nelly,
so
and
21 years ago. Okay, that was a huge deal when he showed. Now, I don't know what songs from his catalog Bruno Mars is going to perform. But if Bad Bunny, rather, sorry.
Bad Bunny. He's going to
Bad Bunny, well, I don't know how deep you know. I know Bad Bunny's music.
I don't know. I know Bad Bunny, the wrestler. I don't know Bad Bunny, the singer.
His music is seriously raunchy.
Well, it's in Spanish, so they don't care.
Right, but I'm saying it'll be interesting. And I mean, some of his stuff, I can tell you, like you would be shocked. Like I was shocked when I was told what he was talking about. And by the way, not like he doesn't just say one word or two words. He makes entire songs about one thing, and he talks about it very, very graphically. Yes. So I'm just saying that's what the NFL. The NFL is fine with that now.
Right.
And I like, yeah.
So now we've seen the list. Everything's changed since Jay-Z. The artists have changed. It's been a little bit more political. Doesn't matter where they stand. The messages about have been out there. So if we were to bet, we'd bet that they're going to make a political statement.
Yeah. And I think the commercials will be political. I think everything.
I'm not sure about the commercials, but do you think there's going to be less viewership?
I don't know. I think, is the NFL doing better again? I think the NFL is the only one that's.
I mean, the Patriots.
I think viewership last year was down or up?
Up.
It was up. So it'll be up.
I think it'll be down.
From last year?
Yeah. After the Super Bowl, we'll see what the ratings. I think the ratings will be down. Ratings will be down. There's not a lot of hype this year. Before you had Kansas City, you had all these stories. There's no real story here besides Sam Darnold, former New York Jet, trying to take out the Patriots.
Right. I mean, you don't have Taylor Swift and that whole plot line.
Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have, the dynasty talk. Maybe this is a new era for the Patriots. I don't think so.
I mean, so it's been steady on the rise since 2021. Last year was the record. Supposedly 127 million people, almost 128, watched it last year, up from 123, up from 115, up from 101. So it's been trending up.
I'm sorry.
It's been trending. I mean, I think there. It's right. I mean, like, everybody thought about the Taylor Swift and the Kelsey plot line as being, engineered, which I would believe too. That was pretty good for the NFL, I think, probably.
Yeah. So let's go on to another topic. ICE in Minnesota. It's still going on, and now there was another casualty. Alex Pretty, how do you say his name?
I don't know.
Was unfortunately shot by ICE in Minnesota, and it's tragic. I know you've seen the video. I've seen the video. Other people have seen the video. Now, other people have different opinions of what happened in the video. I'm going to tell you my opinion. My opinion from the video that I saw is this. Alex Peretti was there from VA, was that Virginia?
Yeah.
Protesting, should not have been there, and he was carrying a gun. Now, the gun that he had has been known to shoot or misfire on occasion. It's a known thing with that weapon. So you have that aspect. Now, he's in the face of the ICE agents, and you could see that he's holding a camera, all right? He's holding a camera, and he's trying to protect a woman, right? Now, when they start to wrestle him to the ground, they see that he has a gun. One of the officers grabs the gun, it goes off. There's some miscommunication, and they start screaming. The officer that grabbed the gun starts screaming, "Gun, gun, gun," and that's when they shot him. When the gun went off, they thought that he was firing. And yes, it's tragic. It should not have happened. But you also don't travel across state lines carrying a weapon. I think that's illegal to if you're carrying in Virginia and you go to Minnesota. We had that whole thing where the left was all up in arms about Kyle Rittenhouse. How could he travel across state lines? We had that whole segment of media. Across state lines. Remember that media was saying that? Across state lines. There's a whole montage about that. So he does that, but you don't show up to a protest armed.
Well,
And
yeah.
isn't the left like against guns and the Second Amendment?
Are you asking me my opinion about what happened?
Yeah.
So, a few things. One, you know, the first of all, Rittenhouse didn't travel across state lines with his gun. That was he didn't. What do you call it? Sorry. That was one. That was something that got promoted, but it was false. He didn't travel across state lines with his gun. So, I don't have a problem with somebody being armed if they go to a protest. I think what is being called protest right now and what they've distorted into making colloquially understood as protest is not protest. Rudy, we have, the Constitution is very clear about what is protected expressions of speech under 1A, and attacking and threatening and physically attacking, burning down homes, burning down houses, looting. This is all pop culture now defined as protest. It's not protest. And I think if you go and you get into a physical altercation with a cop and you have a gun on you, you've increased your likelihood of harm or harming somebody else, that gun becoming part of the story by a lot.
Yeah, he shouldn't have the gun in the first place.
Well, he shouldn't. No, he could have the gun. You can go to protest, be peaceful, don't attack a cop. And you're probably not going to get into a shot. This is not protest. When you're running up to a cop to antagonize a cop, that's not protest.
No, that's antagonizing. And what we're seeing now
in
Minnesota is they're hitting, they're biting one guy. One ICE agent got his finger bitten off.
It's just not protest. And I think that's the problem. I don't really give a shit about and everybody it's just like with the Renee Good. Everybody's dissecting these different camera angles. It's like, why are these people being sent? Why? Because they're the last remaining constituency for the Democratic Party. People that'll actually go armed and go try to beat up. They're being told that these ICE agents are Trump's own Gestapo. They don't understand. They're impressionable. They're so look, if you think that these people are Nazis and you think you're doing something righteous by attacking them, you're going to go attack them. And that's what the Democratic Party. And by the way, you don't see the Republican Party anywhere on this. It's weird. Do we even have a Congress anymore? You don't see anybody saying anything anywhere except Trump. But I don't know. I think he shouldn't have been there. I don't, if he wanted to go with a gun, he could have peacefully assembled on the sidelines and drew up a sign and made it a fun chant or something. But to go up and attack a cop, if you're going to have a gun on you, it's not the smartest thing.
It's not smart. I don't think they should have had guns there, period. And
if he was legally carrying the gun, I don't.
He's legally, but have you heard of anybody from Virginia that has a carry permit allowed to go to another state?
Okay, all of that I don't.
Has one of the tightest gun laws.
What I'm saying is I don't.
Gun from New Jersey to New York.
Yes, I don't.
Official carry permit.
I don't disagree with you, right? So I don't know all the details about Peretti's how he had the gun on him.
I don't either.
If he was carrying a gun legally, right? Then he doesn't. It doesn't mean that he can't go anywhere with that gun as long as he's legally carrying it. The point is, what he's doing is not protest. So what he's doing,
antagonizing.
Look, it's not until 2020 that we were told burning down stores, looting, intimidating, and this was never really included as protest until 2020. So, but despite them telling it like that, the reason why all these things are tough is because the Constitution is pretty clear. And running it up to a cop in the middle of a active crime scene to get physically involved with them in close quarters, having a gun on you is pretty stupid. And it is sad because there are going to be more of them. And, Trump, it's just stupid. This whole thing is stupid. But this, they think it's a winner. So, yes, I think that they'll have Bad Bunny and I think they'll have Green Day because they think that this is a winning message, even though they've lost election after election with this same strategy on the immigration issue.
I mean, now you have, okay, so I don't know if you heard about this, but now there's a lot of back and back with the ICE and the protesters. ICE and the protesters. Last night, they broke into a hotel. They were keeping them up at night. And they've been doing this to all the hotels. How many
Shithole.
states?
52.
How many of those states ICE
Well,
is in currently?
14. I don't know. They're a federal body. They go wherever they think they're illegal aliens, right?
There's 50 states, Matthew.
Yeah, in 2 territories.
In 2 territories. So ICE is currently in Arizona, California, Minnesota, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Florida, and I could keep going on and on and on. Why is it that we are only hearing about protesters in Minnesota and ICE problems in Minnesota? Why do you think that is?
Oh, they had that fraud. There's a good distraction.
Bingo. Bingo. Or should I say, if there was no fraud, we wouldn't be hearing about this. The protesters wouldn't be there. A blind person can see that these people are paid agitators.
There are a lot of them there, yeah. Look, I don't know. Minnesota's a good state. Minnesota, they burnt the place down in 2020. Minnesota looks like a shithole. It's ridiculous. This whole thing is so stupid.
Well, I don't know Minnesota is, it's supposedly everybody's friendly and nice in Minnesota. They're so nice that they got bent over backwards by the Somalians, and the Somalians took over.
Look, it doesn't look too friendly to me. It looks like I wouldn't want to go there. It looks like a total dump.
I wouldn't want to go there. Who wants to go there? I had a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I had a friend who played in the NBA basketball. And when he became a free agent, Kevin McHale was on.
Yeah.
He represented the Timberwolves at the time, Minnesota Timberwolves. And he called him. I think he became a free agent at 12 o'clock midnight, and we were out at night in New York in meatpacking.
Yeah.
And he handed me the phone, and I said, "Who is this?" He goes, "It's Kevin McHale." I said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" We were wasted. And he goes, "Ask so-and-so if he wants to come to Minnesota to play basketball." I said, "Who the fuck wants to go to Minnesota?"
Really?
I said, Kevin McHale.
That's funny.
And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's so fucking cold in Minnesota."
That's funny. He went.
But they offered him a lot of money, so he ended up going.
Yeah. Look, my cousin almost married a girl from Minnesota. He said it was great. That was like 30 years ago.
Well, anyway. So
looks like a total shithole now.
Back to Minnesota. So the president apparently had a conversation with Tim Walz and Jacob Frey and Tom Holman.
2 people. Could you imagine being stuck on a phone call with Tim Walz and Jacob?
At the same time, they were separate.
Could you imagine have to dedicate 2 phone calls, one to Jacob? I'd rather do it just at once. Can't manage speaking to these idiots. Comes with the job.
You heard about this Signal chat that they discovered?
A new one, or remember when they found one like this?
This one they found yesterday about the protesters in Minnesota.
I didn't know about it.
You didn't hear about it?
No.
So apparently somebody, let me pull it up because Signal chat, the Mike Wall Signal chat. Oh no, this is a different one. Oh,
that's what I'm talking.
Hold on. No. Hold on. This is a different one. Walls, Minnesota. Signal chat, Minnesota. Okay, here we go. Encrypted chats reveal protesters tracked ICE before Alex Paretti's death in Minnesota. A web of encrypted chats and databases show that protesters were mobilized at the scene in Minnesota before the death of Alex Paretti. But the question is whose chat was it? And I'm trying to pull up. Does it say it in here? No, but there's it doesn't. I can't find the article. But oh wait, hold on a second. Here we go. A Minnesota activist tied to anti-ICE Signal chats were caught on undercover audio. Loquito Gomez, as he's known, was ordering others to follow a car they thought was an ICE vehicle in Minneapolis. The ICE Signal network in Minnesota, people in these groups track ICE activity in real time. One group's member is listed on official state website, and AG Keith Ellison is backing the protesters. Some say even Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan is active in the chats.
Oh yeah, I think I did hear about it.
So here's my thing. Do you think that since this came out, all of a sudden Tim Walz is like, shit, we got a little problem here? Because
no, I don't.
You don't think that they're like?
I don't think they're nervous about anything.
No,
I know. I don't think that I think that this is they see an opportunity. I think that these 2 people that have died, they don't give a shit about. They're happy about them dying, probably, because they think it helps their narrative. They're going to send more people to go do it. You know, Obama getting involved. The midterms are here. Obama thinks, oh, this is good. Welcome back to the hustle. I think this is how politics is. And I think look, you do not see Republicans anywhere. I mean, I don't turn on the TV really, but I don't know if he's alive or if they claimed him to be alive. Like McConnell I haven't seen him. I haven't seen any Republican people from Congress anywhere.
McConnell, is he alive?
I have no idea. I haven't seen him in years, but
I haven't seen him either.
I'm just saying there's no opposition here, and I think Super Bowl. Remember the Super Bowl did they made every commercial. Budweiser made an anti-immigration border control commercial. So there was Negro Modelo that was like
the Modelo one I remember.
Right. Look, I think Tim Walz. Look, there was this. Nick Shirley did something really interesting. I don't see any real intention to follow up. Trump doesn't look concerned about it. His Department of Justice doesn't look concerned about it. So, I think that they're playing this optically to look like they're trying to calm things down. They're lying.
So what do you think is going to happen with these? Like, so Trump spoke to them.
I think
Tom Homan's going up, and you got top Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino, departing from Minnesota, going back to his assigned territory.
Yeah, so that's a small defeat for ICE. Trump. That guy was being used by they were saying that guy was like a Nazi.
Right. Everybody's a Nazi. That's the word that you toss around when you don't agree now with what the left is doing. So you toss that around.
I'm a Nazi.
You're a Nazi. Of course you are.
Everybody's a Nazi.
I could see you're growing the mustache out very nicely.
Everybody's a Nazi now.
Everybody's a Nazi. Trump's a Nazi. This one's a Nazi. That one's a Nazi. I still think that Jacob Frey is the one who gives everything up, all the fraud. I think he's the one that talks. I think he.
I don't know who's looking into it.
Well, I don't know. They're investigating.
Who's investigating?
Pam Bondi. She's investigating a lot of things. We haven't seen one arrest. She sent a very strong letter to Tim Walz and Jacob Frey.
I don't know. I don't have any.
Strong letter.
Let's assume that Trump wants to bring accountability on these types of things. I don't think that he has the capability.
Have you ever received a very strong letter?
I've sent some strong letters.
I've received some strong letters. I've sent some. You know what I do with those strong letters? And I know the people that I send them to do too. You know what I do? I do this. Throw it in the trash.
Right.
Throw the trash. All right, let's get on to another trash. More trash. Okay. All right. Here's a little bit lighter humor here. Not humor. This is actually a thing. Chrissy Teigen, the former model who's married to singer John Legend,
ex-investment banker,
apparently claims that she's never farted in front of him, her husband, in the 12 years that they've been married. And I thought they've been married for a lot longer. It seems like they've been married for a lot longer. But she's never farted in front of him. Do you call bullshit on this, or do you actually think that she walks into another room, or maybe she?
Well, maybe she just blames it on whoever else was in the room.
It was the dog.
Right.
It was the kid.
Does she have a weird diet? Is she one of these people? Doesn't she have a weird diet?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of diet.
Didn't she say she liked eating placenta or something? Wasn't that her? She got in trouble for that?
I think she was the one that ate it. I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think you're right. But what? You don't fart from eating placenta?
I don't know. Look, I don't know. That she's never farted in front of him, I would doubt it.
12 years. It's got to be over 12 years because they dated. So they probably dated for a year, 13 years. I feel like they've been together for longer. 13 years, 14 years.
It's a lot of self-control.
Not one poof.
It's a lot of self-control, a lot of self-discipline.
And when she's sleeping, how does she know that she didn't fart in her?
Maybe, she never consciously farted around him.
Knowingly farted.
Knowingly.
Now, do you think that John Legend farted in front of her?
Yeah.
Of course, he's John Legend.
Imagine. Right? If he's not farting at free will, what's the point of all the work he's done?
Exactly. Okay. I got some bad news for you.
Although she looks like a farter. Yeah,
She
next.
looks like a farter. I got some bad news. So around this time, back in 19, we started hearing rumblings of, 2020. January, the end of January, we started hearing rumblings of a bat virus, right? A virus coming out of China or somewhere, and people were getting very sick.
Yeah.
And now we are 6 years later,
Yeah.
and we're at the end of January.
There's another one?
And we're hearing rumblings of a deadly bat virus. This time, it's coming from India. And it's got a 75% fatality rate.
Okay.
And you haven't heard about this?
No.
A 75% fatality rate.
That's 3 out of 4.
Trump's not closing down the airspace from India.
Wait, what are you talking about, man? Indian bat virus.
There's Indian bat virus. It's got 75% fatality rate. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I've not yet heard about an Indian bat virus.
It's the Indian bat virus. It's insane.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. It's called the Nympha virus.
Nymphomaniac virus?
No, that's Nymph. It's NIPAH.
Nipah.
Nipah. Okay, Nipah virus.
NIPAH.
High risk pathogen. And since Donald Trump just removed the United States from the New World Order, the WHO. See what I did there? The World Health Organization. All of a sudden, we have a deadly virus in the world. What are the chances of that?
West Bengal, India.
West Bengal. 5 cases confirmed, including doctors and nurses who were infected. Nearly 100 people have been asked to quarantine at home, and infected patients were being treated in hospitals in and around the capital of Calcutta. Calcutta. Isn't that the yogi capital? All the yogis come from Calcutta.
So are they
deadly virus with no vaccine or cure, and is considered a high-risk pathogen by the WHO. Experts say human infections are rare and unusual, occur with virus spills over from bats, often contaminated from a fruit. Okay,
what
here
fruit?
we go. The symptoms, Matthew. Are you ready? Sudden flu-like illness marked by fever, headache, muscle pain, and fatigue. In some cases, respiratory symptoms such as cough, shortness of breath, and pneumonia also occur, although the timing and severity of these symptoms can vary, So here we go. Here we go.
So there's a bat virus. Nipah. You think we're going to lock down?
I don't think we're locking down. I think it's just a weird coincidence that we pull out of the WHO and then all of a sudden we get this.
Nipah. The old Nipah virus. Where is Fauci?
Where is Fauci? Have you seen him? I have not seen him.
He's chilling. I think he bought some property in Minnesota.
I really hate people.
What else you got?
The bat virus, I think we're done with it. Have you seen these new hotel bathrooms?
Which ones?
Okay, so apparently there's a new trend of hotel bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I got a funny story that goes along with it. So this actually is not a new trend. I believe that Ian Schrager and the W hotels were the originators of this, where they would not have doors on the bathroom.
I hate it. I hate it.
And the showers, did you see, like, sometimes the W in the W hotel and Ian
Yeah,
Schrager,
I know exactly what you're talking
they
about.
had the shower goes into the room. So, like, if you're staying with somebody, you could see them showering.
The whole thing between the showering and then the door that slides into, if they have a door that slides into the toilet area, it's like there's space. You hear it's terrible. If I go away, I'm not, you got to go down to the lobby or to the spa.
Right. That's you. So
I hate that trend. It's been going on for a long time.
So I'll tell you a funny story. So back when I had Dunk 360, our first real like big interview was with Deion Sanders. So me and 2 of my guys, the guy who's doing the camera work and the guy who's doing the interview, who's a really big guy right now. He hosts Hot 97 in the morning. He does a show with Carmelo Anthony. So we go down there and I get them a room and I get a room. And we're staying at the W, very nice hotel in Atlanta.
I've stayed there.
And I'm getting a call from one of them saying, I can't stay here. He starts flipping out. I can't stay here. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I can't stay in a room where the guy's showering and his junk is in my face. I'm getting my own room.
Yeah. It's
So I'm like, I'm
terrible.
not paying for your own room. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to pay for my own room. So he paid for his own
I never
room.
even thought about it in the lens of like sharing it with a dude. I mean, when you go with a girl, you know, it's not, and you can go to, it's not only, it's like you end up having to go to the spa to use the restroom. It's terrible.
Right. Exactly. If you're staying with a buddy, it's so.
I never thought about it through with a buddy.
I stayed with my friend at what was the Hudson, right? Ian Schrager Hotel, the Hudson
In New York with the big escalator. There was a club there. There was a
club there. Yeah, there was a club there. So we went there. We stayed there on New Year's. There was a big New Year's party. We stayed there on New Year's, and I never forget. We took turns going down to the lobby and waiting while the other one showered.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I hate that, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
You know, like they'll put like the frosted glass, but the door is like this thin, and there's the space between the floor and the door. If you know, it's terrible. And then you got to make up an excuse as to why you're going down to the girl. You got to say, "Oh, I'm gonna just go check this out," or you try, you know, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym," but it's like it's no good.
Right. Hotel rooms, Matthew. Life is getting difficult. The hotel rooms are also getting smaller.
Mm.
They're saving space. All right. Let's see. How are we doing on time? All right. We're doing okay. We're doing all right.
Good.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Let's see. We did that. We did this. We did that. I got time for one more. It's a
Hit
big
me. Okay.
alcohol.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this. You do not drink alcohol.
Mm-mm.
I do drink alcohol, although
I drank a lot of alcohol. I don't drink anymore.
And I drink a lot of alcohol.
Everybody else is catching up.
Matthew, I have not had one sip of alcohol in a little over a week.
Wow.
Actually, no, it's been a week. No, yeah, a little over a week. A week and a day. A week and a day. I have not had alcohol.
How do you feel
about the alcohol or not drinking?
About not drinking.
Well, I was sick, so I couldn't drink the alcohol because I felt like shit. So I think if I would have drank the alcohol, I'd feel worse.
Okay.
But anyway, alcohol consumption has been down significantly, and we've talked about this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And now alcohol producers are sitting on massive
surpluses
of unsold liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the exact number? I don't.
Like $85 billion worth of inventory or something.
Well, maybe they should lower their prices.
The younger generation isn't drinking as much.
The younger generation is not. So my niece is getting married in July, and she's going.
How old is she?
She's 20,
22, 26?
She just turned 28.
28.
Right. So she's planning her wedding, and we were talking about open bar, right? So when she does a venue, they're charging you per person to drink, right?
Right.
So if you have 100 people coming to your wedding, throwing out that number, she's got more. You charge per head. Like what? So I'm like, you're even charging the kids? Like kids don't drink. Like little kids don't drink. She doesn't have a lot of kids, but say she's got like 10 kids going that don't drink, like under the age of 21 or 18, right? They're not
okay.
drinking. So they're still charging you for that. But she also brought up that she has a significant amount of friends that are coming to the wedding that do not drink alcohol at all.
Yeah.
My nephew does not drink alcohol.
You know, these kids today, like some do, but it's not just kids. It's like, look, when people used to be running around, going out, and people were getting tipsy, drunk. There was a lot more drinking. Now, you know, they're calling it wellness, but you know, there's difference. People like doing, people like doing, you know, drugs that don't get them fat instead of doing the alcohol, you know, more and more. And nightclubs are adapting to it too, like, because they're putting minimums around the talent, the DJ, but people aren't drinking. So they're thinking about other ways to try and charge because it's hurting everybody.
It's hurting everybody. I've talked to a bunch of my friends in the restaurant and bar business, and they told me that numbers are significantly down. We've seen a lot of big restaurant groups have reduced their presence in New York City and other places because where you're getting 60-40, you know, 60 food, 40% alcohol, you're not getting that anymore. So you're going to be increasing the prices on food, right? And maybe you'll be lucky enough to you drink mocktails. So maybe someone's going to order a mocktail, and the mocktail probably is the same price as a regular.
I mean, pricing on everything is going up, but people just aren't drinking.
People aren't drinking, so that's cutting into profit. So it's causing them to lose money. So a lot of these big places, you've seen it, they've shut down. And now the new trend is opening up smaller places, less square footage, higher end, less people working there. And it's hard to get into these places, but they're doing better, and they're very expensive.
I mean, you just don't have the same numbers, though. But with all the DJ stuff, so people, these places where the spend is crazy for like a table or a ticket, they'll give them a certain amount of alcohol, but they're not re-upping on the alcohol after.
Exactly.
So it's like a concert where they pay because they're bringing their own drugs, and it's funny too, but also because by the way, with all the Ozempics and the Manjaros and everything, it's definitely got to be hitting people on their food consumption. Like nowadays, all these people are just being told to go and do all these shots. So I'll go out to dinner with people, and you can see around the table because there are people that just don't eat, or they try to eat really fast so that they can keep their appetite up, but it inevitably goes away. And if they eat too much, they got to leave.
Wait, hold on a minute. Wait, you just lost me right there. So if you eat faster, you keep your appetite?
No, you don't.
When you're on those shots, you don't have an appetite.
Right. But what I'm saying, I don't know. I've never taken it. But like what happens is, so I got this one buddy, he's lost, I think like 80 something pounds. I'm happy for him. And the other day I was like, because he looks good. He's lost, and this is somebody I'm very happy. But I was like, how's it going with the weight loss? He's like, I'm still losing, but not at the same clip. And I was like, well, can you just up your dose? He's like, I'm already on the max of the max of the max. And it just, because there's less, he was explaining, like, it just stops working as aggressive. Like he's losing, but not as aggressively.
Right. Because it's like anything that you take, your system is already adapted to it.
And he can't go up. Right.
Well, why doesn't I have some advice for your friend.
Yeah.
Tell him to not take it for a month.
No. When these people stop taking it, they blow up. Yeah, that's right. That's why.
Okay, not take it for 2 weeks.
No. Literally, like what happens on these things, there's two things that happen. And it feeds, like, so a lot of the girls that you see, that they call it Ozempic face, right?
No.
Well, it just is loose because they're not instilling good habits there for when they get off, right? But then they get petrified because if they know that if they get off, they're going to gain. So it's eating away at muscle mass. So it's, you just start to look different. And because the fear is that if I get off it, I'm going to blow up, which I think is what happens. I've known people that has happened to. It's but yeah, I think like at least with this one guy, it's always like a funny thing because he'll order like he ordered before he lost all this weight, and he doesn't really touch anything. But in the beginning, when it gets there, he'll like eat as much as he can, and then he's just done.
So he fills up faster.
Yeah, he just can't.
How is it with drinking alcohol on it?
Supposedly, it has an effect. Like it has an effect on the digestion. This guy drinks on it, I think, but like he'll always say I think it makes the hangover worse.
Got it. Well, drinking is down. Smoking is crack. No, that's Hunter. That's Hunter Biden, allegedly. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun. You didn't ask me about my jacket.
I said I liked the hat.
You didn't.
And I didn't even notice, because I didn't see that. Where's that from?
Champ is here. Iron Mike Tyson.
Where is that from?
From Brooklyn.
Where's the jacket?
It says Brooklyn on the back. It's from.
Is that Roots?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, that's new.
It's signed in the back.
That's a dope jacket.
By Mike Tyson. Limited edition.
I like that jacket.
Yeah. Very nice. I found it in my closet. Forgot I had it.
I don't think that he's currently on the site.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Roots of Fight.
It's a good, very comfortable stuff.
Yeah. This is USA flag.
You put me onto that. I have the Ric Flair.
The Ric Flair. They're very comfortable sweatshirts, sweatpants,
And nicely priced too, by the way.
Nicely priced. They have look. They're not paying us, so let's not talk about it. All right, let's wrap it up. Everybody, please listen. We're on here all the time. If you've made it here to the end of the podcast, you know who you are. You always tell us that you're listening. Go and comment. Tell your friends. Share.
Yeah, come on, Massey. Let's go.
So more people listen to us. The more that listen, the more people out there, the more we
We
get.
want to break into the top 5.
Yeah, we want to break into the top 5. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
Right.
We're on other
CitizenOutbreak.com.
Outbreak.com. Buy a game.
Help us get into the top 10. Well, top 5.
Buy your significant other a Citizen Outbreak game and put a heart on it, and they'll love it.
That's right.
Thank you for tuning in, and you have a good night.